Welcome back. Dr. Ilana Gelman here, naturopathic doctor. Welcome back to my kitchen. I couldn't wait a whole week to make my next video. I love sharing this, and I love sharing about broths. The crock pot that I talked about on last video, so it was just yesterday, came out so good, and now that I'm kind of taking it apart and dividing all the broth from the chicken, I really want to share with you. So I'm going to do this quickly so you really get what I'm trying to talk about and why bone broths and these crock pots are just so easy and so wonderful to make for nourishing our families. So here it is. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but I'm going to really try. This is a complete crock pot. It's full of just nutrient-dense food. This will last us so many meals. Now, the reason why I'm such a big fan of bone broth and cooking the actual chicken with the bones in water and in the stock is because of three different things. The first one is that the bones are so rich with trace minerals, and when it's cooked for a long period of time, those minerals are extracted from the actual bone. It's very easy for our bodies to assimilate, and now we're getting wonderful nutrients for our bone health. Calcium, magnesium, sulfur, silicon, phosphorus, so many trace minerals that we know much more easily we're going to absorb from our food than taking a pill or a supplement. So number one, bone broths are great for bone health. Easy to remember. The second one that's great is that these bones and making these nourishing stews and soups are really good because the amino acids come out in the cooking process. That's good for detoxification. These are really great for doing cleanses and detoxifications and getting our liver really working so we're clearing out all of the toxins in our body. A third reason, I love this. This is my favorite part. So if you take out one of the bones, if you ever look at one of your chicken bones, there's this like white cartilaginous top to it. So many people pick that off, take it off, or set it apart. This is medicine. What this contains is chondroitin and glucosamine, some of those really expensive supplements out there that we know are good for your joints, anyone with arthritis or any kind of inflammation and pain. This is where they live. Don't throw that out. Eat that. Suck on the bones. I know it may not be excited for some people, but that little gelatinous part of the bones is where the nags are. That's what we call them in natural medicine. So chondroitin, glucosamine, all of that, nourishing nutrients for your joints, you got to get from your bones and cooking them like this for a long period of time. Now, there was something that I did not add to my other video, and I apologize because it's a really important part of making this type of meal and extracting the nutrients is that you do want to add some kind of vinegar. I usually use apple cider vinegar. Now, I put 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in this dish to extract those minerals, to get these nutrients, those amino acids. I'm sorry I forgot that. That's really a key nutrient or key ingredient, but I used to do it without the vinegar, and I know I was still feeling really good with that, but lately I've been using a lot more vinegar, so I'm sorry to leave that out. So please do make sure you add the vinegar to any bone broths to really extract those nutrients. Now, I mentioned the 3 things that are wonderful, but there is still something that's the magic ingredient that's part of a broth, and that's the gelatin. Now, I remember when I was young, when my mom or my grandmother would make these kind of dishes, they would put them in the refrigerator, wait till they get cool, similar to what this is. They would wait for that gelatin to rise to the top. It's kind of more of like that solid, gooey kind of fat that rises. And they would actually dump that and trash it because of the fat content. Please do not do that. This is where like the medicine is. It's amazing nutrition for us, so do not trash that gelatin. What that gelatin does is it soothes our digestive system. Anyone with IBS, constipation, diarrhea, Crohn's disease, irritable bowel disease, that is such a nourishing food that you want in your diet every day. Now, there's also studies that show it helps with cancer, it helps with ulcers, it helps with tuberculosis, it helps with diabetes. I mean, there's a myriad of diseases that gelatin will help with. Well, this is medicine. Don't trash it. We don't want that. Now, ways that we can save it, because maybe you can't finish this all in the week's time and then it goes bad. Ice trays, okay? You simply will just scoop out some of the juice and put it in your ice tray. I like putting in the ice tray because I can snap one out and then put it in like a stir fry. And now I'm actually getting some medicinal components really quickly in a stir fry. Or I can snap one out, and as I'm steaming vegetables, I can use it to dress it. So flavorful and nutrient dense. Pop one out, pop one or two, and make it into a sauce or a gravy for one of your future dishes. Another way to kind of put it into kids' meals, and you can't really taste it, although kids love this stuff. Kids love fat. I mean, kids love whole food, and so this is so nutrient dense, and they don't really know that it is. It's nourishing their bones, their digestive tract, their joints, they're growing. I just absolutely love this. Another way you can store it is just in a mason jar. You can freeze it. It lasts for months. You can put it in the refrigerator. I would say it lasts about 4 to 7 days in the refrigerator. Or you just eat it just like this. So that is the magic of bone broths. I don't just do chicken broths, but I'll use bones from cows, the bone marrow, and I do the same thing. Put the bones in my crock pot, water, some of that apple cider vinegar, and if you want, you can add some vegetables for taste. Now, that apple cider vinegar is key, and I'm sorry I forgot to mention that in the last video, so please don't forget that. Let's see, I've done this with fish, I've done this with lamb bones, I've done this with beef, yeah, chicken, turkey even. Anyway, they all have a different flavor. You may not like the cow, you may love the chicken. You may not like the lamb one, but you'll love the turkey. So just play around with it and see what works for you and for your family. And keep them going. The winter months, I usually use a lot more. During the summer, it's so hot, but they're great to have. The last thing I do want to mention is it is very important to use bones from high quality animals. This is essential. High quality, good, I would say, I guess, grass-fed, organic, pasture-raised. They're the most healthiest animals you can find, meaning that they are the most nutrient-dense bones. They've got the most nutrient-dense just in general. They're fat. It's not accumulated with toxins. There's no herbicides, pesticides, no exposure there. They're eating just fresh grasses, raised on pastures. This is really important because those are the nutrients we're relying on in these types of broths in order to nourish our body. So keep that in mind, that the raw materials you eat is really what we're relying on for our nutrients. So we got to get top grade ingredients when we're making dishes like this. Okay, full of great information. Go ahead, still continue making these crock pots, but save that gelatin and eat the tops of the bones, okay? It's so healthy and helpful. All right, thanks for letting me share. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to sharing a little bit more in my kitchen next time. Bye.